Well, greetings, everyone. I want to welcome you to day 4 of the 7-day Loving Yourself First Healing Challenge. So, today 4 is really about redirection. If you had to leave a connection based on your own peace of mind, your own sense of self worth, or maybe that person maybe ghosted you or left you, and you just had all of these emotions, unsure of why they left, unsure of why the connection didn't turn out the way you desired it to turn out. And I know that when we really invest time into people, we do have, these times and moments of sadness because we really wanted the connection to work out. Sometimes that's why we stay so long. But now I want you to be in the mind frame of you taking your power back. Whether you had to walk away or whether they walked away from you is not the issue. The issue is now you are in a position of power. You're in the position of sending a very clear message of, I am learning to love myself. I'm going to take back the love that I poured into someone who wasn't available to even receive love. Sometimes people are empty buckets with holes in them. You can try to pour all the love and understanding into them, but it just keeps leaking out because they have not learned how to first, hold themselves accountable for the things that they do in their lives that causes other people pain. And when a person doesn't take accountability and responsibility for their own actions, they show up as immature in a relationship. So sometimes, you have to be the mature one and you have to say, I deserve to be in a loving, committed relationship. I deserve to be in a relationship where I am clearly seen and appreciated. If that is not, where someone is holding you in that esteem, then it's time for you to rethink and reassess your situation. And if you had to walk away, then I just applaud you and I say kudos to you, because a lot of people sometimes don't have the strength to walk away from a connection, especially if they invested years in it, especially even if it is a marriage. A lot of times people don't want to say, oh, now I got to start life over. But you would rather start over with your peace. You would rather start over with rewriting your story, saying, I may have gone through, these things within a connection. I may have gone through lies, manipulation, cheating. Maybe this person just was no longer interested in me and they just kept holding on to me for my energy, or maybe even it was a financial type of thing. But now you're coming to the conclusion that you deserve to be treated better, you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to be seen. So with that being said, now that you've taken your power back, it is time for you to go in and do that deeper work. So this way, when you get into a new connection, you're no longer holding space for people who don't show up for you in the first place. You're going to make sure that you're setting those boundaries and you're voicing what you want. It is time for us as women to stop being silent on what we want out of a connection and out of a relationship. If a person cannot show up in that capacity, then it's nothing wrong to say, you're a good person, you're a nice person, but we are not aligned for what I need in my life. And then you move on and you move accordingly. So I also want to point out, even sometimes when we're in connections and we have stayed in a place so long that when we either had to leave a connection or a marriage or whatever that is, or that person left us, sometimes we want closure. We want an apology. We want to understand, what went wrong. Why did they not choose us? Why did they find and go with someone else? And a lot of times that can just drive us more and more deeply in depression and just all this anxiety. Sometimes we don't even need to know that. All we need to know is that I know I deserve better. This person could not give it to me, and if they could not give it to me, it's because they were not ready for me or ready for you. So if they're not ready for you, then let them go ahead and be with who they choose. Because one thing that we have to understand, everybody has free will. We cannot force people to stay with us. And doing so, and what I would say, sometimes we can, what's the word I'm looking for? We can try to throw an ultimatum out there to make a person say, well, if you don't, do this, then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And what we don't understand is sometimes we put people in boxes where they know they can't meet that standard, or they can't, meet what it is that you're asking for, but they'll try to move around that just to make you feel as though they are doing what you want. And you don't want that. You don't want to force somebody to stay with you who doesn't want to stay out of their own free will. And if they choose to go, then let them go, release them and let them go so you can move on and bring in and find the connection that is aligned for you, that will make you happy, that you won't have to beg for love. You won't have to sit and wait for somebody to become a better version of themselves, because they will step into that role when they see you. They will already be that person because you're starting to do the healing work on yourselves. So go ahead, do your journaling prompts. And if you have any questions, please send me an email. That way you can, reach out to me anytime and I will respond either through an email or I will do a video. But I wish you the best on this journey and know that I am here to help support you in your healing so you can heal and thrive. I'll see you on the next day.